Welcome back to another Nudelberg Daily Huddle Thursday edition. I'm Mark Nudelberg, president of On the Ball.
And I am Steve Nudelberg, and I no longer have a job.
So glad you guys are here with us to kick off the day. And what a great day yesterday was, huh?
So, we put this event together for ourselves, for our clients, for the people who felt like they wanted a lift to kick off the year. So I think that the last total was 75 or 78 people dialed in for 2+ hours. It went really fast for me.
Yeah, I mean, I hate when you're right, and you were right. The deck was too long. So with the allotted 90 minutes was not enough time for us to get through it. But it was great. We focused on the 3 things that you need to master in 2024 to get more. And I think it resonated with everybody. I think the best one to me was Greg Goldstein, who says, like, look, I've been working with you guys for years. And when you think you know it and you don't, there's more detail, there's taking it to another level. And so it was just really cool to hear that feedback from him. But it was an awesome group of people that were all really engaged, asking questions, and it was a true workshop, and it seemed like everybody got a lot out of it.
I enjoyed it myself. I mean, being around the information is so powerful because it just dials me in as well. Creating it, teaching it, living around it, all was fantastic. So a great day for us, a great day for On the Ball and the Get On the Ball platform. That community really showed up well. Not such a great day for Tyreek.
No, not a great day for Tyreek Hill. For those of you that are not following football or sports, the man's house was on fire while he was at practice yesterday, so he had to leave practice, leave the facility, and go deal with his house being on fire.
Now I'm not really laughing, but what I used to say that no matter what, even if my house is on fire, it's none of your business. I'm staying. I'm doing. I gotta do. And then I thought about it, and it's like, you know what?
You gotta go deal with that. Yeah,
so,
it sucks for him.
And it's the only thing. I think the only person yesterday that it sucked worse for was the judge in Las Vegas, which I don't know if you've seen this.
I didn't see. No, what happened?
Bananas.
In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada.
Oh, wow.
So Jake showed it to me, and for sure I thought it was a joke. I thought it was like a Saturday Night Live thing, or like, what was that, linebacker thing, Terry, whatever.
Yeah, Terry the Office linebacker.
Yeah,
Terry
incredible.
Tate, the Office linebacker.
That guy proceeds to beat the shit out of the judge, and every bailiff is coming to get him. I mean,
he went airborne. You know how high it is to get up there?
He's flying like Superman. So when we talk about gratitude, my house didn't burn down. I didn't have somebody jump over the desk to kick my ass. Life is fucking good.
I'm gonna come at you like a spider monkey. Just has a whole new meaning now.
It's insanity, man. Well, we got a great show. Unfortunately, Jake is under the weather. He was he gave it an effort. I will tell you, he got out of bed last night, but I think the bug is working its way out, and you'll see him next week. But way to go, way to stand in. Good to see you again. Twice in 3 days is all good. So, Shay, let's kick this thing off and wake up.
Wake up, everybody. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Wake up. Come on. Wake up, everybody. Teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen what you have to say. Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed. No more about to thinking, time to thinking ahead. Come on.
So Mitch Siffer, I thought the same exact thing. It was like, Somebody's got to sign that dude, man. He just jumped over the pile, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yes, I mean, speaking of the Dolphins, they're pretty decimated, with both the ends out, one of your starting corners out, linebacker out. Like it's a little rough for them. So it's gonna be a fun Sunday night.
I wasn't going to go here, but I do want to ask you, do you think that has something to do with the strength program, or is that just the NFL? You got to have
Yeah, I
endurance.
mean, I would say no. I would say this isn't a strength program thing because most times when you look at soft tissue injuries, that's a strength program thing. Hamstrings, calves, quads, soft tissue injuries, those always equate to somebody's doing something wrong in the weight room. These are legit, ACLs, and that's the combination of the guy's career and how long he's been running on it and wear and tear and how he eats. And so it's just a nature of the game that you have to deal with. And look, everybody gets the injury bug, right? Like everybody gets the injury bug. People go down and you're either have great depth and are able to overcome it or you don't. So we'll find out on Sunday.
We'll find out on Sunday. Next man up. As is our new practice, we will share a daily thought and affirmation. Today is a doozy. Today is one that you could possibly keep for the rest of the year. Mark, why don't you read it?
I attract success and abundance in my professional life through hard work and dedication. I am a magnet for positive professional relationships and valuable connections that support my career advancement. I am worthy of my recognition and opportunities that align with my passion and purpose. That is an absolute banger of a daily affirmation and thought. And I mean, it just breaking it down, I love the fact that you're telling yourself at the start of the day, you attract positive relationships that are going to help.
Here it comes, man.
Yeah. And and I think especially for people that are in the middle of struggling right now, that are trying to find it or don't have it or aren't in that momentum, that's a great way to set the anchor for your day to say, this is what I do. Even if it's not currently happening at the moment, it is coming. It is going to happen. And just a great way to start the day. Love daily affirmations. Love that we're doing it every day for everybody.
Yeah, it's. I think it's good for our show to put out that stuff, and it lives forever. So great stuff. So this time of year, people are either talking about resolutions or I love this one. I'm the new me. I like tap them on the shoulder and I go, hey, bullshit.
Well done.
Sorry,
well
it's
done.
the same you. It's the same you, and it'll be the same you unless you figure out how to interrupt the pattern, change your life, change your decisions. I follow Matt Graham. I really like this tone, this guy's tone, his style, his words. Here's another banger.
How do I change my life? What is your life? Your life is what you do with your time, who you spend your time with, and the places that you spend your time in. That is your life. So if you want to change your life, change those things. Change how you spend your time, who you spend it with, and where you spend it. That is all within your control. See, when people ask that question, they're not asking, how do I change my actions? They're asking, how do I change my outcome? But what so many fail to realize is that the actions create the outcome. So if you want a different outcome, you have to do different things, and you got to do them for a while. You don't go from action to outcome overnight, positive or negative. You didn't gain 60 pounds overnight, so you're not going to lose 60 pounds overnight. The bottom line is you're never going to be able to change your outcome if you're unable to change your actions.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Yesterday, we did a little bit of a time management conversation because you have to when talking about accountabilities to behaviors. But if you don't plan it, then you're leaving it up to everybody else to control it for you. And so you become the victim of everybody else's problems and priorities.
He, she should have. I thought, first of all, daily affirmation and that, if you feed yourself those two pieces of content every day, I promise you, your life will change if you do it consistently. If you do it one time, there's a magic pill, bing, boom, I'm fantastic. The thing that I love that he said is that it took you a long time to gain 60 pounds. You ain't losing it overnight, and
Yep.
I'm guilty of that as well. The patience to see things work and it's gotten worse. I call it the credit card mentality because people don't want to do the right. I'll pay you any amount of money because you're going to make me $1 million. And they never do. So it's like unbelievable when you see people who are hoping that somebody else's behavior will affect theirs. They're not willing to do their own. And I love Ben. That's great daily hygiene.
Ben's here for a couple days in a row now, and I know he's making this a part of his daily habit and routine in the year because he wants to start his day the right way. But it's consistency. It's day in, day out. And I wrote about it today, like, the new car smell or the new workout gear, and when it's new, it's fucking easy, guys. Like, it's not hard in the beginning and nothing good happens in the beginning. You may get lucky and you may find one or two here or there, but like, you're not going to have the success you want. You're not going to reach the vision you're looking for in the beginning. You're only going to reach that vision after it sucks and it's hard, and you got to do it when you're tired, and you got to do it when you don't feel good, and you got to do it when everybody else is not doing it. That's the times that the shift really starts to happen. And then 6 months after that, then you start to see some results. Then you start to see, oh, wow, shit, it is working. Oh, wow, look, my body is changing. Oh, wow, my mind is changing. Oh, wow, there's some results coming in. Like, that's when it happens. And if you're not focused on the long-term vision, because Joy said it today, Joy wrote on my post, she was like, to stay motivated, I keep thinking about the future version of myself that I'm trying to be, which is fantastic. Because then you stop thinking about where you're at right now and going, oh, I don't see it, or I don't feel it, or whatever. That's what I'm chasing. So I have to do what I need to do today.
I think people don't understand that everybody goes through this. This is not an isolated class of people. This has nothing to do with winning or losing. This has nothing to do with the results. That's what I think freaks people out. It's the people who are getting the results are the ones who have done this daily thing. And you look at any superior athlete, any business person, any musician, they don't just fucking get on stage and just play. Years of practice to get to the point where they get.
I think if social media has given people that false reality too. Like, I was listening to one of the podcasts that I like, the Pivot podcast, who had a comedian on there that's very popular right now. And they were saying,
is that guy Nate?
No, not Nate, a different guy. Okay. But they were saying like, oh, people think that you became an overnight success, but they don't know that you've been doing this comedy bit for 10 years, right? And you've been posting this content day after day after day, and it's taken you so long so that when you finally went viral and now all of a sudden everybody sees you and knows about you, they think you're an overnight success, but you've been doing the same thing and tweaking and tinkering and figuring it out for 10 years. And that's what people don't get, is that
you're right.
In social media, people think people go viral because they just put one video out and it happened that way. People who are getting the results that they want have been doing it for decades and are going to continue to do it, which is why they succeed. I'll tell you what, something I watched over the break was the Chris Rock and Kevin Hart special on Netflix. It was fantastic. Really? There's two of them shooting the shit. They actually did a mini tour together, and listening to them talk about the process of being successful was fantastic.
Yeah, and again, the word that stands out is process. If you wake up every day without a process, it's daunting. It's just overwhelming. Like, I climb this mountain every day. I have no idea what the next step or what I'm going to do or what tools and what resources. You nailed it yesterday. And for everybody who was there, I'll give you some of the backdrop. As the company is shifting, Mark is taking more and more responsibility. Super proud for me. We don't need to go into that. But when you see it in action, it's like, holy shit, like, he's a natural at this. And so today's motivational music is dedicated to you.
Will you hold the line
when every one of them is giving up and giving in. Tell me, in this house of mine, nothing ever comes without a consequence of cost. Tell me, will the stars align? Will heaven step in? Will it save us from our sin? Will it? Cause this house of mine stands strong. That's the price you pay. Leave behind your heart and cast away. Just another product of today. Rather be the hunter than the prey. And you're standing on the edge, face up, cause you're a natural. I've been in heart of stone. You gotta be so cold to make it in this world. Yeah, you're a natural. Living your life control. You gotta be so cold. Yeah, you're a natural.
So yeah, fantastic song. And that song I think is really important for people to think about right now as you're building a plan for the year or whatever. I've been listening to a lot of different people talk about how to find purpose and find passion and how do you make passion go. And I think it was on the Huberman podcast. He said, you have to figure out what you're hardwired to do, what you are DNA genetically supposed to do, because we all have a purpose that is what that fires you up and that makes you excited to do the thing. I know that my purpose is to teach, is to coach, is to create impact. I found that purpose early, thank God, at 18 years old, and figuring out coaching in football was something I was passionate about. I didn't realize that it wasn't about football. I didn't realize that it was about the doing of coaching and teaching and creating impact, that was the thing I was hardwired to do. And it didn't matter the arena. It went from being in football to now being in business with organizations and individuals. But you got to figure it out. If you are in a position that you're doing something that you're not hardwired to do, you're going to push the boulder up the hill all day, every day, and you're constantly going to be battling against yourself. That's not to say it's easy, but you got to work with yourself. And whatever it is you're hardwired to do, you got to figure it out.
And I agree 1000%, because I think people push themselves into places where they're not hardwired to be there, and it's always against the grain. So they're always grinding the gears. It doesn't work. But and my but is is a big caveat. It is very important to get around people who are doing different things so that you can see it. Like, you saw it early, this whole entrepreneurial thing. You saw, teaching, coaching with me and, my teams. You saw me build, so if you were never exposed to that, the chances of you landing in it, I think, are substantially less. Lori
Correct.
Just said, we need to tell young people, one of the things is quit worrying about the next paying job and just get out and try shit. Go to, hey, I want to be, I spent 4 years in school. How about spending a month with an entrepreneur just to see what it feels like? Go see it, go know it, because it's not for everybody. What I do,
I think
what
that's
you do is
the key,
not
is
for
to
everybody.
immerse yourself in it, right? Is to really immerse yourself in it and be around it and try to get as much information about it as you can. That for any young person, but I get questions all the time through LinkedIn, like, hey, I'm trying to get into college football coaching. What advice can you give me? And I'm like, go work for free. Like, go do it. Just go show up and start working. And if you're not willing to do that, then stop dreaming about it right now, because you don't have what it takes to get in.
So, it's interesting. Through my career, I would, and Shay is a perfect example of this. It was like, hey, if you want in, prove to me that you want in. I'm not proving to you. I'm already a business. I don't have a spot for you. But, I remember back when, Coach Shula hired Billy Herman. Billy Herman was their ball boy long before he got paid for it. And then had a long career with Coach Shula. So you look at people who just go do it. They learn it. They become part of it. There's, this whole idea, and it sort of manifests itself in, oh, well, I'm not the VP of sales, But when I become the VP of sales, I'll be able to do all these things. And I say, why would you wait? Why
Right.
wouldn't you just do it? Because you become the incumbent. Oh, we have our choice. We see you were there. You were present.
Did
You
it.
did the work. So
Did
it
it.
was like, what were they going to go find a stranger? Oh, let's go find somebody that we don't know who can do all this shit. You proved it to them. And for some reason, that is not Vogue. People are like, no, I'd like $80,000 and a parking spot and 2 weeks paid vacation. I'd like you to pick up my dry cleaning. And I'm like,
And
you haven't done shit.
And Lori says all the time, we talk about all the time, like, you don't have to have a team of people to be a leader. You start by leading yourself.
Yeah.
And all the things we talked about yesterday were things you have to embody in as yourself. You have to do for you in order to be able to do it for other people, in order to be able to show other people what it looks like. And I think that's where it really starts is, am I willing to live it? Am I willing to do it? Not when I get the job, not when the money is right, not when the timing is right. Am I willing to do it? Like somebody said I was reading the other day, like about a side hustle, and like you're waiting until the timing is right, or you're waiting until you're financially stable, or you're waiting for the perfect moment. And like, oh, hey, that perfect moment's not happening. So you either need to decide to jump or don't, because it's never going to be what you want it to be unless you commit to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fascinating dialogue. It is definitely a mindset. But, when I was young, somebody gave me a book, Do What You Love and the Money Will Follow. It was the most impactful moment for me, because what they said was, what happens if you climb the corporate ladder just to realize it's leaning against the wrong building? I felt like somebody reached in and tore my tonsils out. I was like, because I was in a thing, I was making a ton of money. I was look at, that's the phone guy. And I hated every second of it. Didn't
Yeah.
enjoy it because I was in a place I didn't want to be. So when you zoom out in your career and you look back and you go, wow, if you just do what you love, and that you can't fake that to yourself.
Correct.
That dialogue is pure. And so it's like, wow, man, I really love this. And if you're good at it, or you get good at it, there's tons of money in it, So
you become part of the 1%. You become part of the 1%.
And it, for me, I don't know why it feels simple. I think it feels easy.
Well, it is simple. It is simple. It's not easy. It's simple. That's the thing, is that it's not easy, but it's simple. And the 80-20 rule tells you that only 20% of the people are going to be willing to even do what makes it hard. Are going to be willing to do the hard part of it. So really, you're only battling against 20% of the people if you're willing to commit to doing the hard, if you're willing to commit to being different. Then you got to figure out how to get to the 1%. And that's where the tiny little behaviors, that's where all the little things really differentiate you. But you want to bypass 80% of the people right now, just commit to doing hard shit all the time.
Yeah, right. Just
do the hard stuff all the time, and you're immediately better than 80% of the people.
Right. Yeah. Hey, did you do that? No, I didn't want to do that.
Right.
Did you have somebody that said, "Oh, that feels like a lot of work"?
Yes. Somebody that I was working with, that I explained the plan to them. They were like, "Yeah, but this feels like a lot of work," and I was like, "What?"
Wow, man. Wow, incredible. You should be very proud of yourself. Yesterday was amazing. For those who are not part of the GOTB club,
you need to be. Why are you not a part of our community? It's entrepreneurs.
That one coaching call a month, that one is worth the price of admission for sure. I mean, I love it. It inspires me. I think you're doing a great job. Awesome. Tomorrow, Howard Levine joins us. He's so cool. He's so great. I know him for many years. He'll talk about the growth of a brand, Amaranth Bank. They're all over the place. They put their name on the building. He'll talk about strategy. He'll talk about sales. He'll talk about development. Mark, you got the day off the huddle?
Yeah, you guys have a great time on the huddle. I know it'll be a great huddler in the hot seat. Jules and I will be watching from the kitchen, and you guys have a great one.
The one thing I will tell you is I miss Jules being part of this. So
I know. It's the new schedule. It's working out well. Love
I
you
will
guys.
see
Have a
you today.
great rest of your week.
Monday morning, we're either celebrating a Dolphin win or it is.
Oh, Lord,
low.
hopefully we're celebrating a Dolphin win. Let's
The
go.
low.
Have a great weekend. See you guys tomorrow for Huddle in the Hot Seat. Let's get down to business.
Please don't worry about me. I'm about to let my heart speak. My friends keep telling me to leave this. So let's get down, let's get